disgusting. I would have buried this had I killed it. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. And maybe I'll just drop it where they're gonna...
We want it now! Are we gonna fight for it? Yes! Are we gonna get it?
Attention, liberal ISIS, please remove your mask. Do it now. Somebody killed my raccoon this morning and I'm not very happy about it. Thank you for banging on our windows. You have my full attention. I am 100% unemployed. That's actually self-employed.
That's it. You guys come into town once, twice a week, and you scream at cars.
Tell them about the bandana.
The guy with the camera and the bandana. You know who the guy with the camera and the bandana is? Okay, so I want to share this experience in these videos, but I also want to kind of color it with my commentary and my thoughts present, because I don't exactly agree with everything that I did in 2017. Don't exactly know that I would do it again. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't agree with this facility and what they do and the practices, which is why the animals that I raise will never go to a processing plant like this. Let's just get that straight. I don't agree with factory farming. We've lost respect for the individual life, and we treat it as a simple commodity, a digit and binary code to make a little more money, and efficiency is number one. Protesters showed up in our small town on the off-ramp somewhere fall, December of 2016. I thought it was cool. I would ride my bike into town, I'd see a few folks on the corner in the rain, I'd give them a wave. It grew. It got a following, more folks started showing up. Hey, great. So you kind of have a captive audience. You're stuck on an off-ramp. Specifically, one guy said that there was something about a window being rolled down. There was an argument, a lot of cursing back and forth. One mother had her children in the car, witnessed them getting in an altercation with the truck driver, flipping him off and yelling whatever else about the animals that were directly in front of them. The gruesomeness of some of the signs pushed against windows. I heard people talk about banging on windows. Hey, let me say something, roll the window up. They would try to engage that individual. Week after week, I kind of heard these stories, and I couldn't just sit around.
What was your name again? Is it Steven?
No.
Steve?
My name is Steve, yes.
Awesome.
We already know.
What was your name again? Is it Steven? What a great guess.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you again, so like what made you feel compelled to come out here with us?
I just saw you guys out in the sun having a nice day, so I thought I'd just come and address my agenda. You dropped your
So your friends on Facebook, your community in Woodland will
Good.
try you out.
Are you open to having a conversation about why you're here?
I didn't come out to talk to you guys. I came out to hold my sign and smile at the
I mean, you printed out these signs, you went through the trouble of it.
I paid a lot of good money for these.
I'm just
Exactly.
wondering- I'm
You
just
paid
wondering-
good money for it, so you care, obviously, about what's happening. You don't have anything to say? You don't want to tell us your
You know,
opinion?
Actually, I will tell you what prompted me to come out.
Okay.
What prompted me to come out is the other day, there was a young man standing here with, she's at the town.
No, I know.
He was
Yeah, I
wearing
hear
a
you.
bandana over his face, like some sort of a vigilante.
I know who you're
and he
talking
was
about.
frightening people. There was a lot of conversation in town that were concerned about his agenda and why he was hiding under a bandana like someone from the past.
When you know you're right, why would you try to hide your identity?
That was possibly here to do harm.
Okay.
So that's what prompted me to come out. Is I have a statement.
Let's just take note here. Our good friend Steve is mentioning this gentleman that wore a black bandana. He's talking about it. I noticed the same thing. Other people in town noticed that. Just remember this later.
You guys have a statement. I love all mankind.
Yeah.
So
Can you
I
tell
love
us-
you guys.
Can you tell us what your signs are about and like why you feel so strongly about this message?
No, I will
No?
tell you that I didn't come out to have a conversation with you guys.
You're not open to having a conversation?
I
Dude.
came out just to hold my signs up for the people, just like you are.
You're not open to having a conversation?
Not
Okay.
today, no.
So
Yeah.
we're out here to have conversations with people and
And go
educate
talk
them.
to the people that you're here to have a conversation
I
with.
plan to do so, but I just wanted to ask if you were open to it so we could
I already
understand
told
why
you
you're
no,
here.
Now that you don't want to talk, we just want to tell you why we're here.
I already told you no, Joss.
Joss, can you tell him why we're here?
I know why you're here.
Why are we here?
Okay, now we're going to ask you why we're here.
Because you have a belief in your heart, you're loving, caring people. I respect that.
But you're out here with a honk if you are a carnivore signs and honk if you fish. So it doesn't seem like you respect.
I'm also a loving, caring person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a loving, caring person. I care about
Do you believe you can send that to other beings?
So,
Do you believe it's necessary?
Like, do you think can we live without eating these products?
I know you don't want to have a conversation, but I'm going to have a conversation.
Do you think it's healthy?
I'm sure you could live without eating the products, but obviously you can live with eating the products.
Right, definitely. So do you agree that we can live
I
without
didn't
them?
come up.
Could we live without clothes? Can we live without Walmarts? Can we live without cell phone communication towers? Can we live without Little Debbie's?
Have a conversation, Justin.
Why
I
would
love
you
you
talk
guys.
to us?
You're beautiful.
But you did say, you're a good person and you love people, right?
I love all people.
So if you don't have to cause suffering to other beings, it's unnecessary, like you said.
If he's not open to a conversation, that's fine.
It's fine.
We don't have to force the conversation. I think it's plenty apparent.
Yeah.
The message and the dissonance that's here, and the fact that there is a response to it shows how much dissonance there is in this community.
There's a lot of dissonance around here.
If he is open to a conversation, I would love to continue it and really, really try and understand, not to agree with him, of course, because you're never going to agree with his messages.
If he is open to a conversation, we're going to have a conversation in the future. I'm open to that. I'm definitely not going to ever listen or agree with him or ever have my mind changed in any way, because it's not really conversation, but I'm willing to conversate.
If he is open to a conversation, I would love to continue it and really, really try and understand, not to agree with him, of course, because you're never going to agree with his messages, but really to understand and get him to go through the logical process, not to shame him, not to tell him that he's a murderer, because telling someone that they're doing something horrible is probably not going to help.
Especially when they don't
So if we
understand.
can
This is crazy, right? So about this point, I'm watching this and I'm just like blowing up in my head.
work him, if we can get him to have a conversation that goes through a process of logic and ethics, if we ask him about the necessity, he's already admitted that you probably can survive without these products. So he's already made that step, and if I can get him to confirm that, like, yes, we can live, we can survive without products, then you can continue a conversation about ethics. Because if you think we need these things to survive and you say, well, is it wrong? They'll say, no, like, we have to have this. We need it for protein, we need it for calcium.
We need amino acids.
If we can continue the conversation, have someone understand that it's not necessary, and then continue that to see, well, if it's not necessary, then what is the reason that we do it? And if we do it for taste, for tradition, for convenience, and if those reasons are justifications, then we will ask someone, like, do they value their taste, their pleasure over someone else's life? And that's when someone is forced to confront that ethical issue in their own mind. And
I had already left at this point before she's giving me the breakdown of how to defeat any argument that they ever have. But this is gold. This is like from the handbook. So everyone take note. If you ever have a conversation with someone that thinks differently than you, it's just like the cheat sheet.
seems to be in a place where he's maybe not going to have that conversation today, but just the fact that he's out here and he's put so much effort into it.
Very much
shows
effort.
that,
I don't think they've seen effort yet.
like, that's just like a coping mechanism is what I feel.
She's right. It's actually a coping mechanism.
So it's really interesting that he's out here today and to see the public's reaction. So we'll just see what happens. I don't want, like, to have a bunch of people forcing different types of conversations on him, but I think it'll be interesting. And honestly, I'm glad to see a conversation about it, even though this is obviously negative. It's
Trolling.
opposition. Yeah, it's trolling sometimes, but I'm glad to see it because I think that just forces the conversation to the surface rather than everyone ignoring it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to address what he was talking about as far as the man with the bandana over his face? Do you know?
Here we go. Here's the man with the bandana. I talk about him later. This guy's popular.
Yeah, so he said the reason that he was out here is because we have had people out here that have their faces covered. The reason that people do that sometimes is because they are trying to help this movement in a way that doesn't bring attention to themselves and it only brings attention to the animals.
Oh, when you put the bandana on, you kill your ego. It's an ego-killing bandana. I get it. Okay, by all means, then wear a bandana.
And them having attention on themselves would be detrimental to the movement. So there's no reason for anyone to be concerned with someone having a bandana.
What's wrong with the rest of the folks that are out there not wearing bandanas? They want the focus all on them? How come she wasn't wearing a bandana? She wants to focus on her? This argument's not making much sense either.
Over their face to stay anonymous. We are a 100% love-based group. We are absolutely non-violent, so there's no concern regarding that. I understand what he's saying, but I don't know if that really correlates with why he's out here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just something that he brought up, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you.
Yep.
If he's interested in talking, I guess we can.
Yeah, we'll
start it back up. But that's it for now. Thank you, Josh.
Okay, just to be clear, once again, I don't agree with factory farming. I think it's horrible. I think that should be differentiated from farming. Farming's a thing, and this should just be called factory. I'm going to skip the part of the video where I'm driving around aimlessly looking for them and talking and walking with my cell phone flopping around. Remember, it was just Facebook Live. The video quality is horrible. Luckily, there were some videos that they captured for me. Hold the megaphone, hold the dead raccoon. Ooh, it's a hot day for a dead raccoon. Dude, look at that thing. I think I'm gonna grab it by maybe the tail.
Freedom! Animal rights! Their bodies! Not ours! Their lives! Not ours!
This is not shouting, chanting, and marching.
Violence!
Sorry, the camera's blocking.
Coming really close. Becky and Shelly.
So we're gonna do the liberation song.
Attention, liberal ISIS, please remove your mask. Do it now.
Ooh, that was another good one.
Attention, liberal ISIS, please remove your mask. Do it now. Somebody killed my raccoon this morning and I'm not very happy about it. I know you guys took modern transportation to reach Woodland, Washington. So by proxy and the support that you render to the criminal organization that I call modern transportation, etc., you killed my raccoon.
I parked a ways away. That way my truck wouldn't be anywhere close to this mess. I had no idea that they were standing around in a singing circle with a ukulele. I didn't know until I saw this video later. I was amped. Dead raccoon in my hand and a megaphone.
I'm bringing it to you so that you may pay the proper respect for killing my raccoon. Attention photographer, the photo op is over here. Please ignore the liberal ISIS. And their intimidation will not be accepted. Thank you for banging on our windows. You have my full attention. I am 100% unemployed. That's actually self-employed. I run a farm of my own. Do any of you run a farm? No. Because it's a nice day and you're out here. You are in fact part of the problem. That is right. You guys killed my raccoon. You drove a vehicle, you did not ride a bike. On camera. No!
You guys like to be on camera all the time. You
bang on the vehicle windows.
Okay, yeah, I will you. I'll talk to everyone. Good. Probably, yeah. Well,
They wear liberal ISIS masks. They bang on windows. They curse. Yes. Well, the people associated with you that come on certain days.
Work him, if we can get him to have a conversation that goes through a process of logic.
I'm just going to give a little bit of an explanation for whatever nonsense I'm speaking. So yeah, I brought the raccoon. I'm going to hold them responsible for killing the raccoon. If you guys want to have a vigil for dead animals, here, I found this one, and we're all responsible for killing it.
The dissonance that's here.
You guys,
I have multiple reports. I'm sorry. Fine, I know you. Yeah. I moved out of town to start a farm. These people don't have a farm.
I do.
You do. Maybe you do. I assume a lot. I assume because they're here on a 100-degree day, I should be working. But I can't because they intimidate my friends and my family. Yeah, they're banging. They're banging on. Why do they wear masks?
I actually
No, I have a friend, and they say that he smirked at them, and they were cursing. Two of them. One was wearing a mask. Who's the photographer that wears the mask? I've seen the mask before. He has like a black. One of them wears a bandana. Yeah. Why do you need? Yeah, please. And then we'll talk about the raccoon. The raccoon? Oh, I'm driving down here. A car hit it. So here's the deal. I'll lay it out. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I care. I care, and I start a farm, and I work hard at it. I bury a lot of animals. Wrong. You don't care because you kill animals. We care because we don't see that we kill animals. I bury a lot of animals. It's hard work. I don't eat their meat. Truth. I don't eat their meat because at this point I've been raising a lot of animals and I hadn't had a chance to harvest any of them. I kill 0 animals. Parasites kill a bunch of animals on my farm. Don't these parasites know any better? That's how I affect the system. That's how I affect the system. I go out and I do something that's going to change things for the better. Look at how many people are here. What could you guys be doing? You guys could be wolfing on a farm somewhere. Yeah, well, I just want to talk. No, I'm going to stay here. I want to talk here.
But I'm different.
No, I'm amped. I'm amped because No, but I'm different. But I'm amped. I just drove 30 minutes down here, wasting a beautiful day. I have 3 or 4 months. That's it. You guys come into town once, twice a week, and you scream at cars.
Tell them about the bandana.
The guy with the camera and the bandana. You know who the guy with the camera and the bandana is?
I was preferring to talk to you.
We don't need to be quiet because you guys are down there yelling at cars.
We're gonna have 2 moments.
We're not going to have any moment of silence. No. You can have a moment of silence in your car when you drive home.
We're gonna have it right
By proxy, I'm holding you all responsible for killing my raccoon.
That's you.
No, this is not me.
Did you drive?
I'm just as responsible as you because I drove a truck down here. You're all responsible.
So just
I'm going to drag this home and I'm going to bury it and I'm going to show it proper respect.
You died the same way.
What is that?
You should walk.
I kill animals.
Is it necessary?
Why? I have to kill animals.
Why?
Because I
Wouldn't
don't
you
agree
help
with
me?
the system.
Okay.
People are going to eat meat. Because I don't like the way that they're slaughtered that I see, like the place on the other side of the blue fence. So I figure, hey, maybe I should do something about it. It's difficult. It's not easy to kill animals. It's not easy to raise animals. It's not easy to grow a garden. It's not easy to raise plants. These things are difficult. What's easy is a little binary code job where you just type tickety-tock, tock, tock, and you get a paycheck and you go to the store and you get some things that are in a clamshell that is plastic. That clamshell is plastic, that kills animals. Wherever that green stuff in that clamshell came from on the truck that drives around, that kills animals. That kills life. You guys standing here screaming at people that can't think for themselves. All these people. Questions. I can't even think at this point. Oh, I do eat meat, sorry. I eat limited amounts of meat. I'm very... You said you don't eat meat. Now you eat meat. Get your story straight, man. No, but you guys sing... You're associated with a group that yells at cars and bangs on windows. You bang on windows. I've seen it. I've heard it. Multiple accounts.
I've knocked on people's windows
Okay,
that I know.
and every... Yeah, because the people that you knew that you were just knocking on their windows, other people said you were banging on the windows, or those folks thought that you were banging on their windows to harass them. No, this was directly from the people that you were banging on their windows. Every single one of you is an individual person. When you come together as a group, you share a likeness, and you guys all share the common creed, okay? So when you guys have, like, it was when... Compassion. When you guys had that guest speaker here and there was like 60, 70 people, it was getting a little bit out of hand and it was violent. not okay. It was. They're just appalled by the things that I have to say. It was. Why are people?
You weren't there.
Time out, Bryce.
Why?
You're saying a friend is telling you this information, but you
Because
didn't
I
see
have
with
to
your
work.
own eyes.
My wife. So you're saying that I can't believe my wife when she rolls up on the intersection and she
what, we
feels
were
intimidated.
Oh,
She feels intimidated. Yeah. She's lying to you. She definitely felt comfortable.
If you guys want to, I want everyone to hear me.
Hey, we're gonna have a moment of silence. He is open to a conversation. I would love to continue it.
Go ahead. I'm here for conversation. If anyone wants conversation. We're done with this guy. He's got too much to say. We don't want to listen. We're never gonna think like he thinks. We're gonna have a moment of silence. I don't want to. That's a bad hand, man. I had to pick up the raccoon. That's fresh too, because I drove there last night. No, I'm gonna go home and bury it. Do that or leave it in the road to rot. I'm not gonna eat that because look at the flies on it. You know anything about meat? Why don't you eat it then? You eat meat. Why don't you eat the rotting raccoon that's been sitting in the road for a day and a half? It's only 98 degrees. Eat the rotting raccoon. The most nasty, brown, mildewy, sloppy mess, like a head of lettuce that was just soggy, nasty lettuce. And you eat lettuce, why don't you eat this rotten lettuce? No, I'm gonna go home and bury it. Do that or leave it in the road to rot. I'm not gonna eat that because look at the flies on it. You know anything about meat? It was sitting out in the sun. It was 100 degrees yesterday. I don't eat this meat. I have higher standards. So when you guys are yelling at every single car that comes out the driveway,
I disagree with aggression.
right? Your standards are here. Our standards are here. This is why we will never listen to you.
I disagree with aggression.
Right? You have even higher. So then why are you putting yourself on their level on the off-ramp yelling at people? These people are livestock in themselves. They get in their car every day. They drive themselves to work. And they come home. And why do they do that? Because they're slaves. They're like livestock going to their own slaughter. And you guys are screaming in their windows. I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job at getting them all worked up. And you guys are screaming in their windows. You are wasting your voice. You are screaming. No. Okay. This is a love-based group. We do not shout. So why don't you guys stand there and just hold your signs and not say anything?
That's what we do.
Not what I see. I see the bang.
You just said it was your wife. Why are you lying?
Oh, I'm lying. Okay. You just said it was your wife. Now you're saying it's your friends. Because I had multiple people tell me this. What do you put over my crotch?
Well, you have a camera
Yeah,
that's
this one is,
pointed at
well,
us.
this is live streaming to the Voice of Woodland because
I know,
people in this
and
town are
I'm
pissed.
making sure
People in this town are pissed.
You don't want to talk to Bryce.
Oh, I troll. We're done with this, man. We need to go. Let's go. I'm just like everyone else. But when someone comes to me and my family and they intimidate them and they can't, this is where I've lived my entire life.
Let's go.
You come to my town. So why don't you work on a farm? You guard yourself, but are you commercially offering a viable solution to the amount of people?
Okay.
People are poor. They can't afford anything else. This is what they have to do.
Let's go, like.
It's not, you need to go to the stores, you need to talk to people, you need to inform people. No, you turn off so many people. Okay, too, I want to pause it right here. Look at these kids. They said these kids were horrified that I had drugged this dead raccoon. These kids were very, very interested in this raccoon. You talk to people, you need to inform people. No, you turn off so many people. Turn off so many people. They're in their but banging on the box is not peaceful. You guys want to go talk to the guy that is telling me that you guys were banging on his window? He rolled it down and there were two people that were cursing at him. There's little ones here. I'm very respectful. F this, F you.
Like, if you want to talk to him,
All the
that's
words.
fine. Let's do our. Let's watch
But they're in your group. Well, if you guys can't clean up your ranks, I'm part of this town. He's part of this town. We're not together working for the same. Obviously, he doesn't agree with what I have to say, but we're in the same town.
You're working well. Can't do it.
The best would be getting a plot of land. We have a clean garden and sales in the town. Full time commercially. Your job. Full time. There are solutions. The lazy guy here.
This goes online. Thousands of people see this. Thousands of people go vegan or look for options that are less worse.
Okay, now what about those are people with open minds that are going to go vegan? What about the people with closed minds that are going to and from work every day? You can't do anything about those people because yelling at them turns them off. It's like if I came down here and didn't want to hear anything you had to say, man, and I was in your face. I've had a lot of coffee today, But just watching this video brings back these feelings of like unease, confrontation, like jitters. Like I gotta go testify in front of a judge, or I just got pulled over, proof of insurance is missing, that kind of feeling.
I'm here to have a conversation. Okay, well, here. What do you have to say? I'll completely shut up and I'll listen.
What's your name?
He's talking.
Yeah, I'm Bryce. I'm Bryce.
Yes, not that.
Not Don? Nice to meet you, man. Sure. I'll even shake your hand. Yeah.
They're gonna make him go through a different gate. So we're gonna have a couple minutes of silence.
Try and just, I know there's a lot of chaotic stuff happening right now. Just try and
can only do it
focus
so long,
on the
man.
cows that are here that are being
You got lifelong
brought in,
vegans that are thriving?
Sorry for that interruption.
Longest
So 2
dog.
minutes.
Okay.
This conversation is not going to go anywhere. Let's just spare all the boring stuff on the end where we're both, remember, we're talking about things and we're never going to ever believe like the other person believes.
And really, really try and understand, not to agree with him, of course, because we're never going to agree.
We went our separate ways. I had this idea that I wanted to return with a leaf blower, and I wanted to clean up that off-ramp. I was going to get the biggest, most powerful leaf blower. I was hoping for 2 leaf blowers. I wanted one on the front and one on the back. And I wanted to just clean all the dust and all the grime off that off-ramp, because people in town were always complaining that these folks would leave trash, even though I know it wasn't these folks. It's just a trashy off-ramp. People on off-ramps leave trash. Trash blows off trucks. It's just trashy. It's the freeway. The whole freeway's trash. It's not like we're ruining nature here. It's a big, giant piece of concrete. I was going to take these leaf blowers down there and I was going to blow dust everywhere and I was just going to create chaos. And then we had horrible fires local. They never returned until the rain came, and they returned.
I'm contracted by the state. The state DOT sent me here.